I want to get off these Tein Coilovers as I'm not going to be using them, so I can put them up for sale, recoup some money. But figured I'll show you how to remove these. It's going to be a little different if you're on stock suspension, but if you're dealing with a car that already had coilovers and you're wanting to either replace them with something else or maybe go back to stock, this should be a helpful tutorial. So obviously, the first step would be to get the car off the ground, take the wheels off. So I already have that step done. But next would be remove any, if you had some cars have a brace, strut tower brace that goes across. If you don't have one, then you're going to be basically at this next step, which is removing the three 14s on top of the strut mount. I'll just take these nuts off and I'll get this plate out of the way, and then I'm gonna put the nuts right back on. Basically, I just go until the nut is flush with the thread or the stud. Going on to the driver's side, you might have some stuff in the way, but same premise. Crack the 14s. Again, take the nuts all the way off, take that plate off. All right, so we're on the driver's side now. You have two 17mm nuts and bolts for the upper control arm, as well as a 17 bolt nut and bolt combo for the bottom of the strut. You're going to need I use a ratcheting style wrench for the upper portion, or for the inner portion, because a socket and ratchet will not fit in there. So once you get that situated, you can break these loose. Mine were extremely tight. They're still pretty tight right now, but they're moving. So that's one loose. And then you can use a socket and a ratchet on the opposite side. All right, so 17mm. One thing to note about these, it'll make sense when I get back to installing the new ones, is if you're on OEM bushings, or even some poly bushings will still do it, is if you don't load the suspension up with the arm, you're going to bind those bushings and they're going to be basically twisted. So, and sometimes I've seen in some cases, you go to lower the car and it looks like it didn't lower the car at all after you put on your coilovers. Just because these bushings are so binded that they're basically twisting up. So when you settle the suspension, that's when you tighten the 17s, when you're basically at your ride height with the wheels on and everything. Just start to loosen the bottom now, and that's a 17 as well. Oh man, he had these on tight. Oh, jeez. All right, I'm gonna have to get something bigger. That was easier. That's why they always use air tools, huh? All right, so next you would want to do is take the bottom of the end link off right there, and that'll let the lower control arm swing down a little bit. That way you can pull the strut out. So I'll do that next. Put some pressure on the oil. Get that out. Now this whole thing can come out. All right, if you tilt the shock back, or forward actually, the whole thing will tilt back and then you can slide it out. That, be sure to not hit your fender. And that is how you take this. Ooh, it's actually pretty loose. Oh, looks like the previous owner didn't tighten it all the way. So this is the one I just took out, and the bottom here, I'll see if I can show that to you. Bottom was completely loose. He didn't even tighten it. That's not good. I'm glad I'm not going to be using these. They're not bad coilovers. I don't want to use them. I have a custom set of Feel 441s that I'm going to be put in. We'll take out the passenger side. I won't film that because it's basically the same as the driver, and then I'll move on to the back. See where the rear shocks are bolted to. It is two 14 millimeters. They are a little difficult to get, as they look like they're easy, but they are pretty difficult to get an actual ratchet and a socket in there. So most of the time you have to use an open-end wrench or a box wrench. So I will loosen these up, kind of like the same thing I did the front. I'll loosen them, and then I will thread them up to the top where they're kind of flush with the stud, and then that will make sure that the shock doesn't drop when I lower the rear bolts. Okay, there's one. Now this back one's really difficult to get, depending on how tight he got them, but they're not that tight, so. The driver's side is usually more difficult, as you have the gas line in the way and a couple other electrical connections. Sorry, I'm probably blocking all the view. Okay, so there's one loose. I'm using an angled ratcheting 14 just from Pittsburgh. It's pretty nice. So the back one is really difficult almost every time for me, so I'll try to show it to you guys. You see there's just almost no room back here. So I went to try to get a socket and an extension, or a socket and a ratchet, but I just needed one more turn on my box wrench. So they're all loose now, so now we can move to the bottom of the car. One mounting spot, and it's a 17 that goes into the knuckle. Some people have removed the lower control arm completely, but you should have enough flex with the upper arm and stuff once you remove the actual end link, so this whole thing can like flex. But anyways, this shock is shorter than OEM, so I most likely will just need to do the end link and it'll pop right off. So it wasn't as tight as the front shocks, that's for sure. Oh, wow. Okay, so with the end link out of the control arm, shock is loose. Your top nuts are still in, but there is actually one more spot that the shock is held up, and it's with this 12 that's right up here. A little difficult to see. I'll try to zoom in for you. Right at the top of your screen, there's a 12. So I just use a long extension. This one should be pretty tight. Got that one. Okay. Now the shock should come out. Passenger side, it's the same ordeal. Take off the 14 on the sway bar end link. This one's tight. Oh, might have to get the gun on this one. I can't get it loose. Damn, he had these one tight. Okay, maybe we'll the same process as the driver's side. Shock will slide down. And come out. Alright, and that is how you remove some coilovers from an NC Miata. It's not a bad job at all. Here is the feels inside, all bolted. These are 12K spring rates, 12K front, 7K rear. I'm gonna be running a race bred front splitter, so I'll definitely need the front springs being stiff. I am going to be hopefully running their rear wing as well, so I might need to upgrade the rear spring rates, but thankfully with coilovers you can just change springs. So that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching.